Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button, click the link below. Nine wives, nine wives, nine wives. All right, this is a conversation that I believe it's an important conversation. But before I say, I'm gonna say today's run was the most challenging run I've had, man. I slept with my heater on, walk outside, and it's 50 degrees with a slight wind chill. Hands frozen. So I'm gonna let you guys know on the other side of uncomfortability and I can't do this and I need everything I do to get this are great results. So push through the day, y'all. Completely push through the day. All right, let's have this conversation. I'm gonna start by saying I'm giving this the same energy I gave Sergey Kovalev, right? And I think truth supersedes being pro-black, pro-Mexican, and everything else. And I'm gonna say this. I know everybody will say, "But you were supportive of Malcolm X." Yes, he did his crime. He did his time for his crimes and never looked back. And I can give a pass, not pass, but I can see a man that's worked through his problems one time, maybe two times, three and four times. It's hard for me to trust a man. And um, I've been to jail. I spent 2 days in jail, and jail did what it was supposed to do. I've never been back, and I have a problem with us valuing Derrick James, three unified, and I'll ask you guys the same question that I asked Wesley Muhammad. Would you want that to be your daughter? Because when something happens to a woman, and I'm not gonna make it just a black thing, because I'm pretty sure Mexican men and white men think the same thing. If it happened to, if that happened to my daughter, I would do something about it. And here's a time where we can make an example in our community that we don't stand for it. This is just a year and a half ago. This ain't 10 years ago I'm talking about. Recent history. And I applaud John Pascal for bringing this up, and I remember PBC was blocking me from asking Marcus Browne questions when he fought Badu Jack. They were because they knew I was gonna ask. I remember I remember it vividly. Oh, you can't ask it. They wouldn't let Marcus Browne open up to the audience. You know what I mean? And I remember that vividly. And um, but I just think we got to stand for something, man. And like I said, that kid that's smoking weed on the corner that's 15 that we drive by every day, there's a likelihood that he may be robbing someone's grandmother in 10 years to earn an income. And my question is, yeah, Marcus Browne can change, and I want him to change, but I don't have to support it. And I don't believe he should be getting a check. Same thing we said about Sergey Kovalev. How is he getting paid millions of dollars fighting Canelo, and he shattered a woman's nose, kicked the dog? PETA, Me Too. What's the dog company? What's the dog? Well, yeah, I know animals activists. They should all been on this man, and I hope Arthur better be there to punch his damn face in. Like that's just what I stand for, and I'm not gonna fight everybody. I'm just gonna say that's my stance on it because how my morning went this morning before I stepped out and ran, I had to get Kennedy ready for school. And as I get Kennedy ready for school, I always sing to her, "You must be," or I sing, "I must be the most beautiful girl in the world. It's plain to see. You're the reason why God made a girl." And then I go say, "You're the most beautiful girl." And she says, "Yes." "You're the most powerful girl." "Yes." "You're the most articulate girl." "Yes." "You're the most graceful girl." I say that to her every morning, right? And I don't ever want my daughter to be put in that position. So I do my best to be the greatest example of a man that I can be. And everyone quotes Martin Luther King when he says silence is a sin, but we're silent when the crime is committed close to us. And It's just how I stand. I don't feel like going back and forth with people who say, well, what about this? What about that? This is just my stance. You take it as you should, and I'll move forward with it. And I already know people gonna say, well, what about Floyd? I mean, Floyd was convicted one time, and he proved not to do it ever again. And I've had conversation with Floyd about this in his jail time. He'll tell you, in the Valley, in what's the name of that gym? Ten Goose Gym. Conversations. You know what I mean? And I don't bend my integrity because you're a billionaire. You know, and he stood by. It didn't happen. I'm being honest. He stood by. It didn't happen. She lied, and I got it. And it is what it is. He did his 30 days, and that was it. But I don't take a step back from anything or anyone. And obvious. And let me tell you something. If that was Lincoln, I'm driving him to jail. I'm driving him to the precinct, man. Like I don't. I I stand by this, man. There's a level of integrity that we gotta have, and honestly, Lincoln won't commit this crime. I stand by that. No, he's not committing this crime because I'm preparing him for a life outside of this realm of mediocrity, outside of this realm. You know what I mean? And I have to stand on integrity. I have to stand on valor. You know what I mean? That's why I don't subscribe to a religion because if you subscribe to a religion and you support Marcus Browne, you're a fraud, right? Right? If you subscribe to street justice, you're a fraud. If you subscribe to any religion, and the fourth time, I you got to allow him to get his own salvation and redemption. You don't have to accept him, you know. And I know it's uncomfortable. We're gonna talk about this tonight in the barbershop because I think this is an important conversation. Does pro-black supersede right and wrong? And it's just what I stand for, man. And I know this is an uncomfortable conversation, and I dearly know it's an important conversation. You know, I can't imagine the conversations Malcolm X had with himself, knowing all the secrets of Elijah Muhammad, and knowing that his affinity for his brotherhood that he and the relationships that he actually developed and the Nation of Islam and the relationship that surrounded the Nation of Islam and him having to get up basically his livelihood, the home, the $1,000 a month, you know, so on and so forth. So I get it. I just know the truth stands alone. And if I can do this for Sergei Kovalev, if I can do this for John Jones, and so that pretty much kills the narrative. You always pick on blacks. Well, I only care about black men. I don't subscribe to what white men are doing to black men. I don't personally care about that. You know what I mean? I think if we live in the greatest versions of ourselves, racism is non-existent. If we don't sell our talents for 10 cents on the dollar just so we could be on TV and get a rap deal, then you know what I mean, we win. So anyways, man, barbershop conversations. I'm interested in the conversation. We're gonna talk about this tonight in the barbershop. So barbershop conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. I I I can't support this fight. I can't support Marcus Browne. And if I have to lose relationships because I stand for what I believe in, it is what it is. Call me Crazy Joe, but it is what it is, man. I think that Marcus Browne, because what happens when Marcus Browne runs out of money and can't afford that lawyer? Hey, Miss Jean, what happens when Marcus Browne can't afford that lawyer and commits a crime? You know what I mean? Or he runs out of boxing money. He's not a world champion, and he's in survival mode. He goes back to what he knows best. I got cousins that did 20, 25 years. You know what I mean? I hold them accountable. You know what I mean? And man, it is what it is, man. My cousins will tell you. They're going to watch this video. Hey, if you're a cousin of mine, comment on this video and talk about the conversations we've had and me holding them accountable. Only can hold them accountable and be my best version of myself. So anyways, they're going to do what they want to do. So anyways, barbershop conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. I hope Arthur better be there, break his face. You know what I mean? Because It is what it is. Barbershop Conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace. And don't forget to click below. 9 Wise. 9 Wise. Holla.